Day 57. In your wildest imagination, you making some coffee, Chief?
Yes, sir.
And our wildest imagination, could you even dream of something like this?
No.
This is craziness.
Yeah.
We're amongst some of the biggest super yachts out here cruising today. These are all private yachts cruising. And today, I don't think there's too many captains out here today. It looked funny when I was dragging my oil across the dock yesterday. I wonder how many of these captains drag their oil out to their boat and change their own oil. I go, probably not too many of them. You can see right here, St. Vince. Just beautiful. That's what we pulled in yesterday. And then all these, very expensive fishing boats. Some of these yachts. Look at this thing right here. I don't even know. They were telling us this yacht right here. They have a high-speed pump that fuels that yacht. It took 12 hours to fuel it up. Not yesterday, but the day before. So just amazing. I'll walk you by that. I'll do a short over there and show it to you. Absolutely gorgeous yacht. But this is downtown Cabo San Lucas. Today is dedicated. We're gonna get some service work done on the engines. I've got to change all the oil in the mains and the generator. Yesterday we were able to, we pre-located all that stuff before we even got to Cabo. We had a connection and they were able to pick this oil and these filters up for us, but they didn't get us a generator filter, so me and Pete ran to the local auto parts store and picked up an oil filter. So this morning or today will be strictly dedicated. Pete will start rinsing the yacht off, get all the salt off of it from the last actually month now. How long have we been at sea, actual physical sea? We've been out 3-4 weeks. We're moving fast. Chief, we've knocked out over, we're down to our last 1,800 miles. Yeah. So out of the 6,000 miles, we've done 4,200 miles. That's a long freaking run, baby. And we've been pushing really freaking hard, in my opinion. So it's gonna be great. We're mirror and image twins. And so I'm right-handed and he's left-handed. Yeah. A little trivia for you guys. And a funny story is I got my nails done in Papa Bagayo, and there's a reason that I do my nails. I get them polished because this nail, when I was it this one? Yeah, this one when I was very young, I got into a little bit of an accident, and I almost lost my middle finger here, and my mom said, keep the finger. I can't bend it, so right here I can't bend it. But this happened at a very young age, and it happened to my left hand. Now, Pete had a little accident in our adult life, and it's to his right hand, so it's the opposite, if that's kind of funny. Yeah. But anyway, there's a reason I do my nails is because this nail right here has a little edge on it, and if that even touches a dock line, it'll just rip the whole nail right off. So then I've learned I put some clear polish on them, and it keeps that nail from from the rope being able to grab that line and pull the nail back. Coffee brewing. Chief, I got to get down into the engine room, get going. You're going to get the hose out. Just go ahead and leave that hose connected. I'll get out there with a brush too. Why don't you go to a good rinse down? Just start from the very front of the boat, rinse the entire salt off, and then as soon as I get caught up with the motors, we'll do it again. We'll grab a brush and just hit the yacht. Does that make sense?
All good.
All good in the hood. And these, Chief, now that you're in the crib, it had to be. Last night I was exhausted. I don't know about you, but I was physically beat. It was exhausting.
I found my limits.
What a storm off of Cabo San Lucas. Barbara's got you in the clutches of Barbara. It was. Whew. I'm going to tell you, I don't like taking the boats out into that, and I was another grateful thing that I was so grateful for is that stabilization system held together. Yeah. That's the first time it's done it for us.
We've been fighting it for a long time and now it's we're flawless during the storm when it needed to. So
yeah, and you guys have no idea what a difference it makes in the stability of the yacht.
We wouldn't be here.
We would, but it's the difference. If without that stability, you're literally locked into a position and you can't move. You're stuck in that position and you cannot move around the boat. And if you do move, it's very dangerous and you're being tossed around like the furniture's being tossed, everything's being tossed all around. But with the stabilization on, you can make it from the front of the boat to the back of the boat walking, but you're going to have to hold on to something, if that makes sense. That's the difference. Like it's literally crawling on your hands and knees from the floor to wherever you have to go to being able to walk around the yacht. And there's times, even last night or the night before when we were in the thick of that storm, that I could even walk around. It felt like it was as smooth as glass out there. We were even able to sleep in the center bunks. You couldn't sleep in the front bunk. Yeah. There's no way, because we were bouncing. I always have that front and back bounce like this, but the stabilization takes the sideways. So when you take one of the motions out, it makes for one hell of a much better ride. Yes. It just does. While Pete's making coffee, I'll open up the valves on the generator. I already changed my filter. I wanted to check it last night when we picked up that filter, so I already changed the filter. But I'll open up the valves here for the generator, which is just hitting that guy. And then I'll go ahead and start pumping the oil out of the generator. This button right here, that's fluid out. You can hear the fluid coming out. And so right now it's extracting all of the oil out of the generator. It's putting it into this 5-gallon bucket. And then I'll switch the valving and it'll suck all the oil out of the main engine here. I'll have to start these engines before I pull I already did the generator, but I'll have to start the main engine, just get that oil heated up a little bit, and then we'll pull the oil out of the starboard engine. We'll pull the oil out of the port engine. And I keep all these 5-gallon buckets right here. And the reason I do is because then I can just put my oil in here. I marked it old oil. And then I can, if I have to take this with me, I can, but I'm able to leave it here at this marina. They'll charge me a fee for it, but I'll be able to leave it here. This is a mess. A couple problems we had. We got a little water up in the front bunk, and it was because this thing had come off here. So Chief's over here telling me, well, we need to do this. How about if we don't go out in that kind of fucking weather? How's that? Does that suit you, Chief?
Well, that would be the best answer, but...
Look at this. I got a squid up on the deck over here. I got a squid over here. I got fish over here. There was shit flying everywhere. Look at this. There was flying fish. Anyway, we'll get the yacht rinsed off this morning. Oh, that was one hell of a ride. Whew. Get all this salt and schmuck and all that shit off of it. One of my projects, if we ever get a day where it's nice, I'm going to start scraping this rail. But I think it even took some of that off. God damn, it was rough out there. Whew. The fuck is this thing? Lady Catherine, St. Vincent. Wow. Just about every marina in the U.S. And this is just a whole nother level, literally, of boating. I mean, there are marinas with this same style of boats, but my God. So to put the oil back in the engine, all I do is reverse the pump, put the oil into the oil, put this into the oil. I reverse the pump, and then now the oil is being pushed back into the motor. So I suck it out, and then I put it in. And we'll change that ray core out right there too. Go down and go shut the pump off real quick. I don't think a lot of people realize neither that this is a yacht delivery. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's somebody's private vessel.
Yeah.
He bought this boat. We took it to Florida, and we did a mechanical refit. So the engines are brand new.
Yeah.
All of the electronics are brand new. The canvas upstairs is all brand new. Every GPS, electronic, autopilot. Now we have 2 autopilots on the boat. We put a state-of-the-art stabilization on the yacht. This cost hundreds of thousands of dollars in this refit, and now it's going to another yard. That's where the boat's going right now. It's going to another yard in Seattle, Washington, where it's going to get a complete refit. We're also in contacts with Regel. It's a new company, and to redo all of the gel coat on the boat. And Also, there's just a lot behind the scenes as you guys don't understand. Like all this kitchen will be gutted. The front will be done. All the bedrooms will be done. All new bathrooms, and the outside. This boat will be an absolute. It'll be over $1 million plus yacht when it's completed. And you can't buy a new one for that. There's no way. And this is a really good hull. The owner dreamed about this boat his whole life. And that's why he's putting the time and effort into this boat. We put that on our list, but Pete just woke up. He goes, "Is the air conditioner? Did you shut the air conditioner off?" "Yeah, Chief. We haven't run the air conditioner all night." We're back, baby! Woo! Woo! God damn that heat! I thought I was gonna die there one day. Just absolute. That heat was brutal. It was probably my biggest shock of the ride. Charge for water here by the gallon, Pete just told me, so we got to be kind of careful with our water because it gets expensive fast. But he's going to stick our water, and I want to know how much water we burned over this last 7-day, 7-night run. And while we're in the marina here, because we've been doing laundry like madmen the last 24 hours, getting all that caught up too. So I'm curious to see how far we are. Right, I'm gonna get. What do you say?
Just below a half a tank.
Just below a half tank. Okay, do it. Stick it and let's see what it is.
Ooh, I didn't like that. Oh, just above a half a tank.
Pete said it's just above a half a tank. That's awesome.
That's strong.
So that was 7 days and 7 days and 7 nights at sea. We burned a little over a half a gallon. It's got 750 gallons. That's a lot of water. So that's cool. We've never had a water issue on the boat. And that's even right. You see when I'm out there with the hose rinsing the front of the boat off in a couple of the videos, that's running fresh water out of our tanks. Oh no, Pete, if we had to pick roles, he likes all the cooking, 90% of the cleaning. I do help. Chief, I do help. I get to grab a brush and help. Yeah. But I'm more the mechanical. I'm the captain and the mechanical, and then Pete does everything else, like the lines, the buoys, our food, all the prep, he tries to even keep up with my laundry. It's not just me. I mean, we all pitch in, but he even likes to wash everybody's sheets, Lee's sheets, my sheets, his sheets, all the towels. Everything has to be cleaned all the time. I'm glad to be on a boat with. I wasn't going to take this boat on this trip without having a washer and dryer on it.
That's the first thing we told him.
Yeah, it really was, because we can't be sitting here trying to find washers.
Savages.
Yeah, and we can't be trying to find washers and dryers every 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And we just don't even have time when we stop to do stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
it would be insanity. So, like I said, Chief's down here doing laundry, and I'm over here in the engine room. And what I do want to report real quick is we have not burned 1 quart of oil out of Hope or Dreamer or the generator. None. 0 on this entire trip. We have not burned. Now I'm changing oil in George here. He doesn't even run 200 hours. That's what my dead on this engine is 200 hours, and I think the most I've run is about 160 or 70 hours. I think it was right at 180 hours. I was the longest I've gone. But usually when I change the oil in the main, I'm changing the oil in the generator. The engines here, especially those first couple ones, a lot of people ask the question, why were we changing oil out at sea? It was because to keep the warranties up on the engines, the oil has to be changed at a certain interval. So like the first one was 50 hours. Next one was 100 hours. Now I stretch them to, like this run right here was like 127, 130 hours. So I stretched it a little bit, but that's now, we're on like our 4th or 5th oil change, and it is what it is. I had to. I didn't even have the oil. I had to get the oil when it was here at Cabo. So, but these ones are getting changed about every 100, and right now every 120 hours on the mains. And that's what these 2-cylinder Detroits is what I've been told they need. I'm going to start my generator. The oil is changed in it. I do like adding a little bit of this Lucas. I don't know if it helps any. I want to hear in the comments what you guys think about this stuff. But I do put a little bit of that in. Like I said, no oil burn on anything so far. And I'm going to start the engine, so I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to start my generator, and that'll just get the fluid thrown through the filter there. Then I'll recheck the oil in it. Right now it's exactly at the full mark, but it should be down just a little bit after I get some oil run through it. and then I'm going to heat the oil back up in Hope here, and then I can go ahead and start draining the oil out of the main engine, which is, again, just all I do is hit some valving right here, open up the valves, and then I put it right here into the bucket. When this bucket's full, I put another bucket down there, and then change the filter. And then I have to change all of the fuel filters too. We'll go through all of the Raycor filters on everything and make sure that we got nice, fresh Raycor filters for this next run. Do you feel all the salt on these cushions and shit? There's salt everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like...
Did you, are you just washing everything?
Yeah, well, I'm going to put some of this stuff away now that we got room.
Nice. Did you get the front of the boats all washed, or no? You're still working on it?
No, this side's done. I still got this
that
side to do.
Nice.
And then this whole back, and then the back room, I'm done.
Yeah, I can even feel... Well, I try and shut the doors when that wind was howling and try and keep it as protected as I can in here, but there was salt everywhere. The salt, that's just from wiping off the bench. I got, George is done completely. I changed the fuel filters, the Raycor. You saw that. And now, you have fuel filter. Everything on George is done. Do one last check, put a little bit of extra oil in it. And then I just heated the oil on Hope here. And now I'm ready to start extracting the oil from Hope. Right now I got the pump on. I just started the generator. I changed all the fuel filters. And now I've got the pump on. And I'm pumping the oil out of Hope right now to our starboard 671 Detroit naturally aspirated engine. And I'm just watching the level. This goes fast too, so I gotta be careful here. But it's important to heat up the oil. And now I'm draining, I'm pulling all the oil out of that motor. And I can kind of see in the bucket, I'm almost to the top right here. So I gotta monitor that really closely. What I'm gonna do is loosen up my oil filter, and then I'll drain oil from there into here, and it keeps it from any oil dropping down there, or keeps it to a minimal. I'm probably not gonna change my pads. I thought about it, but I'll change them at the end when I turn the yacht over to the actual owner. And I'll change all of these pads out because they're really not that bad. We really haven't. We're not leaking oil. We're not burning oil. This is mostly just oil that I've dropped from these oil changes and different little things. So it's not. The pads look bad, but they're not. All I do is change the direction flow in the pump, which is that pump. Is this pump right here? And now I'm sucking oil back out and putting it back into the engine. I changed the oil filter, put the new oil filter on, and so now it'll take a full pail. It takes almost 2 pails, not quite 2 pails to do a complete oil change. So almost 10 gallons of oil, right under. It's like right about 8 gallons is what it takes to do an oil change on one of these engines. So just the oil and the filter in the US will cost about $700. In Mexico here, or in Cabo San Lucas, it costs $1,000. So it's about $300 more for oil and the filter for both engines. So about $150 more per engine. Like it goes fast because it's going to take that full bucket. The second bucket I got to monitor a little bit closer, and then I keep checking the oil as it goes into Hope here. Hey guys, we're not out in the water, so it's it's just time to reflect a lot, and a lot about what this No Regrets Lifestyle channel is all about. And a lot of it is, I want to use this channel to instill hope and dreams and the reality of life. Life is not an easy thing. And, the challenges that we all go through. And, I was dead broke not even that long ago. I mean, I was dead broke, 2 cardboard. The story's on these YouTube videos if you really want to go back and watch them. But dead broke, I mean, nothing. At $20, that's it. And here I am in a private yacht in Cabo San Lucas. And it's, I've come a long ways, and even, my finances and everything, it's completely, I live a different life. and it's through you know, just getting up every day and grinding and trying and learning and growing. And so I want to instill, you know, that if I can do this, anybody can do this. I'm not smarter than anybody. This ain't a rocket ship going to the moon, but I figured some stuff out, and I figured it out very, very quickly, and I change, adapt, and move forward. It's the same thing with moving this yacht every day. You know, you've got to make decisions, and you got to make them quickly, and you've got to react quickly, and you got to make good decisions. You know, this is still a long ways from this trip being over, but you know, I really want the channel to not just, you know, it is about a lot more than just us out here boating, having fun, and fooling around. Changed my ray core, and now I'm priming it. This has all automatic primer on it. I just hit this switch. That'll add fuel. Just topping it off here, letting that filter absorb all the fuel there. And then I'll put the cap back on it, check the front one. It's always been the rear ones that I've changed. I've got a bunch of things we can do. I'd like to pick up a couple more ray cores before we leave here, because I am down to my last ray cores. So we'll see. They probably have them in the marine office, so I'll grab a couple more. I think I got the starboard. I got all the fuel filters done. I've got the starboard engine. Hope here is 100%. And I think we're going to take a break and walk over to the port captain and see what's going on. You want to grab your passport and let's go, Dave? I know Didrominus isn't perfect, but she's going to get refit. She'll fit right in here one day, but my God, it's just super yachts. Look at this thing right.
How often do this boat like that get fuel?
Well, I mean, they don't run long. You know, and you got to imagine it's got multiple generators, massive horsepower, so it's burning a lot of fuel. But I would say they could, like us, they could probably go about a week, maybe 10 days without stopping for fuel. But they go a long ways too. That boat moves probably 20 miles an hour. This guy has probably somewhere around a crew of 20 people. And sand.
Oh, did you see that?
What's that? Yeah, I know, jets, yep. Where's our seal at? Look at the size of this thing. Man, it's hot today. But we're walking over to the port authorities, checking in, because we need a Zarpa to get out of here in the next few days. Vámonos, mi amigo. That's what we're looking for right now. I think we may have found it. More block to go. Another building up. I was here 30 years ago, and it's changed a little bit. Looks like the right place. What I think just happened is the captain of the port has declared, you know, it's a state of emergency because of the hurricane that's out there, and it's now developed into a hurricane, and so they've closed the port, and we're not allowed to check in or check out until the captain opens the port back up. So I believe that's what's happening. I'm gonna go talk to the marina, and we may have to hire an agent. And we could be stuck here a few extra days. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but we'll see. But anyway, that's what I believe is going on right now. I was not able to get my Zarpa to leave, and I was not able to check in. And I think it all is because of the named storm out in the North Pacific right now. And it's gonna get close to Cabo, but it's not gonna hit Cabo. Of course, they said it wasn't gonna be a hurricane. Now it's a fucking hurricane. We've been instructed to do by the captain of the port's office is monitor channel 16 on our VHF, and then when the captain opens the port up, then we can go do our paperwork. That's what I was told right now. I think I did just find out, we got to talking to some of the neighbors. The port is closed and will not open until after the storm, and tonight we're supposed to get 3-foot swell, and the winds in the marina here. So then hopefully this thing will pass, it'll dissipate, and hopefully by tomorrow afternoon we can go get our Zarpa and get out of here Thursday. But if not, maybe Friday. Anyway, that's the update. That's what I know right now. Whew, we're gonna go grab some tacos. All the engine work is done. I've got both engines now. I gotta get in there and start cleaning it up and kind of detailing it out a little bit. A lot of developments over the last few hours. One of the big ones is we have a weather window and we have to go. We don't have any choice. Tomorrow we're leaving and we need to leave as early as we can. So what does that mean to us? Nothing really. It's just
go time.
Yeah, it's just go time, and we got to go. I mean, and I don't want to get stuck back out there. And anything like I saw, and Chris Parker is our weather guru. He's calling it, and he said, "Look, you can leave Thursday if you want, but what happens is the end of the trip on Monday, it's going to get ugly on you again. Doable, but it's going to be ugly." Or get there quicker, and so leave as quickly as you can. Don't be wasting any time. So basically, this hurricane's going to dissipate tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're leaving. So that means technically we may not even be able to check into. We're already checked into the country, and we already have all of our legit paperwork. We have everything. I even talked to the marina office and went over and talked to them. They said, "You've got everything. You don't need anything." But I'm not going to get a Zarpa from Cabo, which no big deal. We'll just claim, our check-in, which was where immigration and everything happened, was Chapos, and you'll have to claim that. And I said that works for me. That's what we'll do. So anyway, and then so we'll make a straight run over to the United States, check in, get fuel, and head on. Anyway, end of day 57. Tomorrow we are back on the road again. Can't wait to get back on the road again.
One more night of walking around.
Yeah, so we're going to go into town right now. We're going to just walk around for a little while. We've already had a nice lunch. Anyway, peace out. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate it. And again, tomorrow we're back out on the water, baby.